No, that's something else.
Out the
Okay,
door.
The champagne?
No.
we are live.
Oh, no, that's the Durand.
We are live from
Maybe a little white stuff.
The champagne?
No.
Oh, no, that's the Durand.
Oh, we are live from
We're lagging now.
Oh yeah, we're lagging.
somehow this is happening again. Okay.
We're live. Live.
Oh, no, that's the Durand.
Oh, okay.
Everything is garbage now.
Okay,
What
that
is
was,
that?
that was me again. Well, that was me. Sorry.
Oh, that's retarded.
Was that you?
Well, it was all of us kind of echoing. So to get onto YouTube, I have to log in so that I don't have to log in while we're on, but then I'm logged in, so it's both us live and us delayed for about 2 seconds or whatever.
Why did we switch to YouTube?
Because I wanted to.
Okay.
We had too many followers on Facebook.
Yeah. This makes it much easier. Well, then all I do
He's got it.
is move the link over there, and then it's
I-
just easier. I'm gonna share some screens.
think that's I don't know what that is.
Is that the Corvette?
It is a,
That was pretty cool
Okay,
watching.
this evening, it's virtual wine tasting in the era of coronavirus. It's January 3rd. Happy New Year, 2023. Tonight, we are having any Napa Cab will do. And we're going to review the Quartermaster Sommelier's Detective Tasting Format. There I am. His life. And then we have a tasting panel.
Oh, my.
Looks like a family photo.
We're a family, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see what they look like today. Oh, they look like that. So we'll go around the room and introduce yourselves. Anything you want to say about the wine you're drinking, the usual stuff. Bill and Dorothy, you're always first on board.
Okay. We have a wine, Bill and Dorothy from Fairfield, California, excuse me. And we have wine by this fly-by-night little outfit of Napa called Inglenook. You might have heard of them. 1982. That's not the vintage year on this, but the first year for Niebaum to have some wine. So this is a 16. And it's 84% Cab, 7% Petit Verdot, 7% Syrah, and 2% Cab Franc. Now, if anyone knows the actual vintage or the actual grape block from Chateau, the Con, the Red Barn, the Lower Garden, the Gate, and the La Lomita, 14.3% alcohol. And
You got it off.
I've always thought we don't need this grade of Cab from Inglenook, but it's been a few years since I've had any that's bottle aged well. So cheers, everybody. Happy New Year.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
That was awesome with all that information telling us about the different places.
Good.
We used to get this every time we got a shipment from Rubicon. You guys probably do too. And I saved them all. So I went back and found the one for this particular wine. So it was loaded with info.
You're awesome. You're awesome.
I probably did recycle it.
Good point.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Why don't we hear from Karen?
Karen's a bad student. She doesn't have the right type of wine tonight, but I had one in the cupboard, so I went ahead and got it out. It is I'm Karen from, where am I from? Florida. Okay. So I just have a Kirkland brand, which is really good, right? So anyway, I just said Marlboro Sauvignon, it's from Sauvignon Blanc, and it's from New Zealand. So I just wanted to join you guys and drink with you.
Karen, can you adjust your face because we see you like here?
Well, okay,
That's, yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Thanks, Sharon. Sharon?
I'm Sharon. Eric is trying to look up information about our wines because he wanted to be as awesome as Bill.
No, I could never.
I said he's trying to be. So because we had this 2009 Rubicon open
Nice.
from Inglenook, we each have a little tiny glass because we didn't finish it. Usually we finish the whole bottle, which is like amazing nose, and the color is amazing too. And then Eric's going to introduce the other wine that we are.
Well, this is the 2009 Rubicon.
Okay, go ahead.
It's 96% Cabernet Sauvignon, 3% Cabernet Franc, and 1% Merlot. From Concrete Walnut Lower Garden Lower Cask. 17 months in French oak barrels, and it's 14.8% alcohol.
You have that one too.
I do.
This one that we are going to be drinking the entire bottle. They just came out of the cellar and it's nice. The way that I like it, it's cold. What is this? Cabernet 2014. It
And
used
that's
to be called a cask.
93% Cabernet Sauvignon, 3% Cab Franc, 3% Petit Verdot, and 1% Merlot. Chateau Vineyard Con Creek Small Block, 14.1% alcohol, 18 months in 100% French oak, and 50% of that is new oak.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to your 2009 Rubicon information. That was the last vintage that Scott McLeod, our former winemaker, made.
Oh,
That's his last vintage.
yep.
I don't know how I know that. Just a guess.
Yeah. Well, there was someone in between, wasn't there?
So in between, we had an interim winemaker, Kevin Willenberg,
For just 1 year?
2 years. Or is it 2 years?
But 2011 is Philippe's.
Not considered Philippe's first year. He came here at the end of 2011, so
Oh.
2012 was his first vintage.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wow. We've always thought that 2011 was Philippe's first year, that first vintage.
And then
He did the blending for that vintage, but he didn't.
Oh.
He wasn't here for the vintage, so he wasn't here for the growing season or the harvest.
okay. Yeah, because we always were, when that first 2011 first was released, we almost threw it out. And now it's one of our favorite wines.
I pour for people today. It's not on the menu for our library wines, and I pour either the Rubicon or the Cab, and everyone loves them so much.
Yeah.
And I love the 2012 Cabernet as well. But I think we drank a case of that already.
Good to
in
say,
a
which
few
we're
months.
running out of again.
I can help you with that.
Okay. You mean drinking it or finding it or buying
Yes,
it?
I can help you drink it, and I can help you find some.
Wine.
Not necessarily in that order. Nan and Scott.
Nan and Scott from Waynesburg, Ohio, and we have Inglenook as well, 2011 Cab Sav.
There
So
you go.
Yeah.
pretty good stuff. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, we picked it up last year. Some crazy people out there.
was it last year or did we buy that off of
No,
David when?
Yeah, no, that was
I don't-
last year. Picked it up with some crazy people. I don't know, we met out there.
Crazy
There
people.
are some crazy people.
I bet you
Speaking of
had fun
crazy
if you met
people,
in California.
Francois.
Hello, I'm one of the crazy people. What I'm drinking today is Inglenook Cabernet Sauvignon 2014, right? And we all know that it's from the Rutherford AVA. The plan is 93% Cab Sauvignon, 3% Cabernet Franc, 3% Petit Verdot, and 1% Merlot. Comes from a couple of vineyards, Chateau Con Creek, Small Block, and Walnut. The alcohol rate is approximately 14.2. It's not guaranteed, but this is that is written on the label. And for the barrel, for the maturation, 18 months and 100 French oak. Okay. 50% of them are from new oak, and the other, well, you know where, from the old ones. So, so this is it. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Francois. I'm David Mayer again. Oh, I guess I should have taken my name off it. And I'm sitting at Highway 29, just north of Yountville, in front of the Napa Valley sign. And it is cold out here. I don't know how it's still daylight because it's getting dark. No, I'm not there. Anyway, I'll show you the wine. I have my wine on the screen, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that.
To eat some cheese.
So this is what I, let me move this out of the way. So this is what I end up getting for tonight's tasting. It's called it's the 2017 Christophe. Never heard of it. It's Cabernet Sauvignon. The AVA is Yountville. It's the Explorer series. It is it's, I guess it's it doesn't say 100% Cabernet Sauvignon, so I'm not sure that it's 100%, but it is Cabernet Sauvignon. It is a full 15% alcohol, which means, as Francois has alluded to, it's probably closer to 15.5% because there's some fudge factor allowed. And
Just
I'm
the end of it, or just-
tasting it, I'm thinking it is pretty high alcohol. It is part of the Jean-Charles Bousset wine collection. So he owns several wineries and other things in Napa Valley. So this is one of them, also in Sonoma. Okay, so let's what are we doing next? Oh, the song.
Oh, there you go, Vinny.
So this is to the tune of from the Carpenters, Sing a Song.
Yeah, boy.
Oh, wow.
Drink good wine. Drink it now. I can't sing Karen Carpenter. Are you kidding me?
Where's Vinny?
Drink it fine.
We need her.
Drink some good wine, not bad. Drink for happy, not sad. Drink good wine. Life's too short to drink bad wine. For anyone else, it's fine. Don't worry that it's too good a wine. I don't even think I know this song.
Yeah, you got it.
For anyone else to drink, serve them something cheap and drink good wine. Drink good wine. Let the world drink along. Drink what we love there could be. Drink for you and for me. Drink good wine. Make it wonderful to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's too good a wine for anyone else to drink. Serve them something cheap and drink good wine. Just drink good wine. La 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 la.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm about to drink a lot.
I would like
after
to
that.
add that a lot of wineries that we go to when we are tasting, that they service dry aged Jack from Sonoma. And we bought some recently. After I had this, my wine tasted different.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Dry aged what?
Dry aged
Dry aged
Jack
Jack.
Did it
from
taste better?
Sonoma,
Did it taste better or worse?
better.
Yeah, of course.
It's a harder cheese,
Nobody goes,
but it's, yeah, I really like it better with the,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does make a difference. So tonight's lesson is we're going to review the tasting format for the quartermaster sommeliers. Is that okay? That
yes,
sounds-
please. And maybe because not everyone was here when I asked that question, you'll answer it
okay.
about what an AVA is.
Oh,
We're supposed to do that.
I know.
so it's we just went through discussing kind of like that. Some of the wines that they're having tonight is from Rutherford. That's an AVA. Mine is from Yountville. That's an AVA. So American Viticultural Area.
Don't do anything.
There are many in California, especially. Napa Valley has 16 all by itself. And we'll starting next week, we're gonna just go through the different AVAs of Napa Valley. So it's a 16-week series just doing Napa, and we'll do it AVA by AVA. In other parts of the world, there's they're all based on appellations, and Karen's drinking a one from New Zealand. Is it from Marlborough?
Yes.
Yeah, so Marlborough is a small, not an AVA because it's not American, but it's a smaller appellation within New Zealand, and that's where it's famous for Sauvignon Blanc. So that's just another place. Does that cover it?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. So these are some blind tasting techniques. Can I put this anywhere? So these guys are going through the grid. This guy's come up with walnut fruitcake, and this lady's come up with Old Socks engine oil and car tires. So it's whatever you smell and taste, right? And these two groups are some form of blind tasting, but I don't know how much of it's actually getting in the glass. So these are the 4 areas of tasting. Doesn't have to be blind tasting. We use it for blind tasting, but it could just be doing tasting notes. So the 4 areas are sight, nose, palate, and then conclusions. All right. Okay, so sight. Oops. Trying to get this out of the way. So you guys have your sheets.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's look at our wines. So a good quality wine should not be hazy or turbid or cloudy. It should be clear. So in most cases, when you're evaluating a wine, it's just going to be clear. Concentration refers to how deep the pigmentation is in the wine. If you're holding the wine over a white surface at about a 45-degree angle, it's the kind of the way we normally do this.
Deep.
And you look at the core of the wine, the middle of the wine versus the rim, and how much of that is it pale, is it medium, is it deep? And most of us have Cabernet Sauvignon, so it should be deep. What do you guys got?
Our color is too dark to tell the turbidity or haziness.
So it's not turbid or is it, you're saying it's not turbid or hazy or
Right.
It's just dark. It's
It's
very
just
dark.
dark.
very dark? Yeah.
Maybe if we turn on more lights.
I'm actually holding mine over my light source that I have on the desktop, just to, that's too far away. And what color would you say your wine is? That's the next one, color.
It's a deep wine colored.
Would it be like ruby color?
Ruby.
Yeah.
Ours is darker. It's a very dark ruby, I would say.
Okay,
Yeah, I wouldn't just,
so your concentration would be deep with a ruby color. That would be the
Yeah,
way.
although I'm not sure I know the difference between ruby and garnet.
Yeah, really.
We have, so ruby would be more
Darker.
on the red side. Garnet is heading towards more of an older wine. It's usually with some brown in the coloring.
No, no brown in the color.
Yeah. Okay, and rim variation. Can you see at the edge? Does it look it's lighter?
It's lighter. It's pinker.
Lighter.
But it's not a different color, right?
No.
Yeah.
Some of you, let's see, Sharon and Eric have a 2009, so is it starting to turn a different color at the rim,
Like an orange.
like an orange?
Yeah.
Ours is like orange.
the 2009 Rubicon?
Yeah. And Scott, yours is a 2011 cab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a slight bit of orange. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
real-
that makes sense. That makes sense.
No, it's,
When you swirl your glass, do you and then let the legs fall down? Are the legs stained at all, or they have coloration?
Just a little bit,
Not much.
not much, but
not
just,
much.
But different than, it's not clear.
right.
Like,
And how fast or slow are they coming down?
I'd say
Slow.
they're
Oh,
Slow?
definitely.
yeah, light.
Okay.
They're in spirit and in heart.
And do any of us have any evidence of gas? So bubbles, maybe,
Okay, you mean carbonated or?
yeah,
Okay.
not necessarily
Nope.
carbonated wine. Well, they could be, I mean, we could be on a carbonated wine, but Karen, where are you? With the white wine, are you showing any kind of petulance in your?
Yeah, and mine I do, but I wasn't commenting since I had the
No,
wrong
that's
wine.
okay. We're going through it. It's actually kind of a good thing that you got something different.
Yeah, yes,
So,
I do have bubbles. Yes, I do.
Not-
So would
not
it-
unusual.
David, would it make sense that the Rubicon legs are slower than the Cabernet legs?
I guess they could be, but they should be about similar.
They're very similar, but there definitely is, there's a perception that
That they're
cab
slower.
is slow, the 2009 Rubicon is slower.
Yeah, it's not unusual to have. The other thing I was going to comment on, Karen's, yours is a screw cap bottle, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So that's something that happens especially with white wine, even though the wine is not meant to be with bubbles. Screw cap often does have screw
Okay.
cap wine often has some bubbles in the, because there's nowhere for the if there is any carbon dioxide in the wine, there's nowhere to go because the closure prevents anything to come out. So it's more the bubbles get integrated into the wine.
Okay. I thought there was something wrong with it.
No, that's normal, absolutely
Okay.
normal. Good. Well, we just made through sight. Let's go to nose. So nose is,
It's pretty nice.
this woman's having fun with the nose of her wine. So when you're going through a wine, smell it,
No FOS.
and more than 9 times out of 10, most of the time it's going to be clean.
That's awesome.
But if there's a fault in the wine, then we can go through and talk about the different faults in the wine. So I have a breakout here to look at what types of faults are possible.
Fine reaction. You try not to get into the.
So
The
there's first one is called cork taint. Sometimes it's called cork wine. It's called by a mold that was on the cork when it was a tree bark and does not refer to cork crumbles in the wine. It smells like wet cardboard or wet dog or maybe even old books. Come across it a few times.
Oh,
Another wine fault would be vinegary wine is caused by an overabundance of acetic acid due to microbiological activity by bacteria and yeast. Acetobacter is a compound in wine that becomes overactive in the presence of oxygen, which turns the wine into vinegar, so the wine actually smells like vinegar.
Yeah.
So when people talk about, I get this all the time at work when we talk about old wines and they say, if it gets too old, it's going to just be vinegar. And that's not true. It's only vinegar if there's some path for oxygen to get into the bottle to cause it to be vinegar. It's not necessarily going to be vinegar just because the wine is very old. Volatile acidity is sometimes just noted as VA, which is caused by the ester ethyl acetate and makes the wine smell like nail polish remover.
Delightful.
When it's really strong like that, it's usually a fault. Some wines naturally have VA, and wines like Amarone that we tasted a long time ago, we'll get back to again someday, is higher in VA than most wines. Hydrogen sulfide and mercaptans are in excess of sulfur dioxide, can all give wine a smell like rotten eggs, garlic, struck matches, cabbage, rubber, and burnt rubber. These are formed in reductive winemaking conditions. I can't see the bottom of that. So far, is anyone experiencing any of these characteristics in their wine?
No.
not today.
Have you ever experienced any of these in your wine?
I would say all of these. I've experienced all these at some point.
Wow.
The most popular one are the TCA.
Yeah.
Like it's like the cardboard. It's pretty.
Hmm.
Once you smelled it and recognize what it is, you'll never forget that smell.
Yeah.
So if you smell it again, you'll immediately recognize it.
Hmm.
Okay, let's move on to the other 4 I have got. So oxidation is acetaldehyde, which is hard to say, is the principal odorant in Pinot sherries, but is not appealing in white wines and makes red wines taste lifeless and flat. Other wines that can have some oxidation, especially, is Madeiras and some ports. Contaminants from agrochemical residues can make your wine smell of geranium leaves, which is a degradation of sorbic acid. This one I don't think I've ever actually smelled this. I've never actually smelled this one.
I would know that.
Wine can smell moldy from bacterial spoilage or a less than clean container was used. I have smelled that. And then the last one is Brettanomyces. Easier to say, just Brett, is described as mousy or animal or medicinal. We sometimes just call it barnyard. Some wines, especially old world wines, have this, and in small amounts is found to make the wine have character, but of course, that is subjective. Anyone getting any barnyard in their wines they have?
No,
No.
not this. This smell doesn't really have a whole lot of smell, but smells nice what it does.
I find that some petite Syrahs have that barnyard notes. But
Yeah. So we'll get back to the list. So that was all under wine faults. Let me move this over here.
No? Please.
So
So
does this person even have wine in their glass? Does this look like the glass is empty? Maybe that's why they're making that face.
No,
Maybe
she has
it's
a
white.
That's some wine.
I
It's
think
white
it's a
wine.
white, yeah, it's a white wine. She's got
Really?
something.
You're gonna have to show it to me. I don't see any
No,
more.
it's I can see it.
Right there.
Right there.
That looks like water.
Well, maybe it's Riesling.
It's a pale lemon color.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. So
That's the point.
intensity of wine. So you smell the wine, and you can tell how strong the aromas are. Some wines, especially if they're white wines and they've been chilled too cold, it just deadens the aromas. You can't smell anything. I prefer when I'm doing blind tasting, I prefer my white wines to be a little warmer so that I can actually identify the smells. My former co-worker Kenton liked them cold. I go, well, yeah, but then you can't smell them.
Yeah.
Did you say former?
So is Kenton
coworker?
actually left?
He's gone.
That's why I said former.
Oh my gosh.
He
We just
retired.
talked to him like a month ago and he said that to us. And I'm stunned that he's,
Yeah, I'm still stunned too.
Me too.
Definitely miss.
Now.
he said he was gonna be moving back to Los Gatos, but then he was gonna be traveling.
Yeah,
No, no.
that's his plan. So
He blamed it on you, David. He said you messed everything up.
yeah, he was there
Better
almost.
watch
9
out if
years.
you want more Inglenook.
I'll probably leave pretty soon too.
You have another year. You said, you promised.
Yeah, I could lie. I could lie like anyone else.
You could be a politician then.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Intensity. Anyone want to describe the intensity of their wine?
I think it's not, I don't feel that it's very intense. I think it's a very nice nose, but
Is it? Do you feel it's light or is it moderate?
Moderate.
I don't think it's moderate. I think it's delicate.
they take pretty
I
light
really do.
Cabernet.
I think the 2014 is fairly delicate.
Yeah, I think they're
2000
11.
The 2009 is, and to me, is pretty intense. The 2009 Rubicon
Yeah.
has a, it's not a, it's just the complexity of it to me. It just seems like it's more intense. It doesn't mean not necessarily the intense aroma or anything, but it's just so much, if that makes sense.
Mine's pretty. We could do the cheater category instead of moderate or powerful. It's kind of moderate plus. Mine is.
Moderate plus me.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it necessarily powerful, but it's more than just moderate.
I think ours is moderate minus.
Okay.
Yeah, ours too, moderate minus.
So it's
It's delicate. I think
we all know the vintage of our wines. We're not tasting these blind, but especially the few that have some older wines, Scott and Eric. Oh yeah, Scott and Eric. What do you? Are you smelling the age characteristics in your wines? So earthier,
I think he's gone.
you
Hello.
got-
Now we are. Yes, I can feel, I can smell it.
yeah, mine's pretty young, so I'm,
Tertiary aroma.
Good stuff.
What did you say, Francois?
A tertiary aroma, I mean,
tertiary.
after, yeah, during that maturation. The aroma change with the maturation.
So for the cab people, what's the predominant fruit character that you're getting?
Dark fruit,
Dark, yeah.
Dark fruit,
dark plum.
cherry.
Yeah, sure.
That's why we buy Rubicon.
I think cherry for me too.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You know, dark cherry is a pretty common thread for Cabernet Sauvignon. Karen, what do you got?
Just
I have lemon and lime. I have a lot of citrus in mine.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, we've got, but I have
Cheese.
Sauvignon Blanc, so it's a lot different.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
I was gonna say, but you can smell the difference between a white wine and a red wine.
Uh-huh.
I bet you that's a Kim Crawford because it's, you said it was a Kirkland.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet it's a Kim Crawford.
from New Zealand.
Mhm.
no,
Oh,
she's
really?
New Zealand. Is that from New Zealand?
Is it from New
Yeah,
Zealand?
mine's from New Zealand, the Marlborough area.
Marlboro.
Bet you that's what it is.
Yeah, well, it's bottled as Kirkland, but it could be made by Kim Crawford, that's true.
I had.
Anybody got some non-fruit,
That doesn't have any earth smells.
floral notes, herbal
Really?
notes? Karen, you-
Well, I had a little bit of green pepper, but Bill said no.
No.
Now, Dorothy, if you're getting green pepper, then you're getting, don't tell, Bill, don't tell her no. Come on. That's not how we do this. Everybody's nose, you don't have the same nose. Everyone's nose is different.
That's very,
Yeah.
very true.
Follow the nose.
And
It always knows. That wonderful smell wherever it goes.
more.
Oops,
Okay. Check my, can you hear me?
I
Yeah,
can hear
We
you,
hear you.
Okay.
but you went backwards on your PowerPoint.
I didn't do it. My computer did it.
Oh, sure,
okay.
even on the computer.
Well, you have no idea.
I do that every time. Can't
Not
be my
human error?
kid who did that.
Where am I? Oh, that's supposed to be there. Is that there? Okay. Okay.
Keep on going.
My wife keeps telling me, I need to do some things. I need to get a new computer,
Me too.
a new TV. What else?
Yeah, the
This is
TVs
over.
I don't know.
Maybe you can bundle
Probably.
So we're on non-fruit. Anyone getting any floral notes or herbal notes? I would bet, Karen, you should be getting some, floral notes. Oh, we already talked about, I'm sorry, we talked about the, green bell pepper on the cabs. You should be getting, some
Capsium.
floral notes too, Karen.
Capsium.
Yeah. No, not really?
No.
Okay. Not to put you on the spot. Anyone getting any earthy notes?
Nope.
Or,
Yeah.
or
Well, from the Rubicon, I have.
No earth notes on mine.
mine being so ripe, I'm not getting much of that.
Earth and wood. On the 2000,
Are you
2009.
getting any, like whetstone or mineral character in your Sauv
It's more that,
No.
Whetstone.
it's more that than fruit, huh?
But there's a deep, deep cherry smell.
Yeah.
Cherry.
Getting any
Cherry is
vanilla
very
or, oak smell aromas?
So when I go back, when I go from this to this smells like,
Oh, really?
it's weird.
It smells like what?
like crap.
You went,
Which
You
one
had
is?
sulfites in yours?
So if I go from the 2009 Rubicon to smell that,
Mhm.
cherries,
smell the
earthy,
mineral.
woody, mineral.
Yep.
And if I go to the 2014 cab, it smells like crap.
But there's no
I
cherry.
don't know what to say about
There's
it.
no cherry.
I'm sure Sharon brought it, not you. You never buy it.
No. It tastes fine. I'm just like, it's like if I always have to be careful of how I taste, because if I drink the cab, then I have to go to either another cab or a Rubicon. I can't go from a Rubicon
Go back.
back to the cab. It
Right.
just ruins it for me.
Got it.
Okay.
That's
Hey,
just
David,
me. I'm not that sophisticated.
I'm
Oh,
getting
yeah.
like a smoky taste off of mine.
Off of
Okay.
your
The
cab?
2011. Mhm.
Yeah,
No, 11.
Yeah, he has an 11 cab.
I thought they had a 2014.
like a leather smoky taste.
You think?
Yeah,
Francois has the 2014 cab.
And that makes
I do
total
have the
sense for the
14.
vintage, for that older vintage, especially the leather.
Pour another glass and let it sit out for a while. That smoky flavor goes away.
I like it.
Well, let's look at, actually, I know we've been already tasting wine. It's not like we haven't tasted. Let me, oops. Let's go through, yeah, so after you've, the proper way in evaluating, you take a sip of the wine and really make it wash all the way through your palate and drink it, swallow it slowly. And then we'll talk about it.
How do you swallow slow?
You let it roll.
Okay. So on the sweetness level, sweetness/dryness level, does anyone have a wine that's slightly sweet?
No.
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 No,
Yeah,
I think I taste it slightly sweet.
you can.
But
Very,
the
very
question
slightly
was,
sweet.
it was strawberry sweet is what his question
No, he
was.
said slightly sweet.
Oh,
Slightly sweet.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
can.
not being 15% alcohol and a young wine, I would say it's not completely dry, but it's not quite off dry, it's somewhere in between.
Mhm.
Karen, is yours sweet?
Pretty close to
No, it's
mine.
not, and it's only 12.5.
Yeah.
No, it's more sour, or more of the lemon taste.
You're getting the feel of the acid.
Mhm.
Fruit characteristics, did the fruit on the palate match the fruit on the nose?
I'm not getting as much fruit on the palate as I got on the nose.
Interesting. That's interesting, because it's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, Dorothy, you're wrong. No.
Right. We'll see
I'm
what
going
Bill
with-
I'm going with you, Dorothy. I'm getting the more fruity cherry taste on the palate than on the nose.
I'm getting more on the palate than on the nose.
Yeah, the nose is pretty delicate. There's really not a lot of smell.
Yeah.
I just can't
But
identify the
The fun,
cherry.
the fun thing about tasting anything, but tasting wine especially, is that the taste that you're experiencing is
Yeah.
actually smelling the wine again as the aromas are coming up from your stomach. You can't really taste all these fruit and everything else. It's not part of the actual taste buds. Taste only has sweet, sour, bitter, salt, and umami. And everything else, you're smelling it again. And kind of internally. Crazy, huh?
Yep.
Well, how many cherries do you put in there to get that cherry flavor, David?
It was coming today.
That comes just after fermentation.
half an hour ago, said it was coming by the end of the day. Now it's saying tomorrow by 4:30.
What is that?
So now we have this part of fruit character,
Federal Express just.
because when you're smelling it, you can't quite get this. Is the fruit tasting ripe, fresh, tart, baked, stewed, dried, and so forth, all the way up to jammy? What descriptor would you use for your wine?
I would say tart.
Okay,
I think I would agree with that.
okay.
Me too.
I don't know.
It tastes more sweet with the cheese on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for we got the cheese out since you mentioned.
Yeah, well, yeah, that made us hungry too.
By the way,
It's just
if you get to Vella's to buy some of this, it lasts forever in the refrigerator. You can have it there for a couple of years. Never.
What do you
Which
have?
is, what is that?
The Vella's dry
Dry
jack
jack.
cheese
Yeah,
Okay.
forever. We
Where
go
do you
and buy
find
a
it?
whole bunch
Yeah.
of chunks and they can sit in there for
Inglenook.
still
We-
perfect.
we have a son that comes through, and if he sees something that has a date of more than 2 weeks, he just throws it out of our refrigerator. So
Well, we just
we
won't
can't
use
keep
it.
it.
Yeah,
So
this-
Karen, it is kind of hard to find unless you have a specialty cheese shop.
Well, we often, 40 years ago, we had a shop in Fairfield, well, on the outskirts of
Right.
Fairfield. We had a Vella cheese shop.
Vella.
But we don't have it anymore, but it's in Sonoma.
It's in
and-
Sonoma. It's easy to go to. You can taste some cheeses and it's,
It's so funny.
And we just stock up
Cheap.
on it
we just
and
buy a bunch.
How far is it to Sonoma from Fairfield?
Oh, let's say
Huh?
28 or 30 probably.
30
it's
minutes?
on the way to Sonoma
It's on the
County,
way to
up to
Sonoma
the
County.
wineries in Sonoma
All
County.
the
and
wine
we-
tasting, we do that direction. So it's easy to stop in on the way back and just grab some every few months.
Well, that's cool. Tell them where we got ours.
At Santui, the Satui.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's
Sharon calls it Santui, so I get confused. Satui, but for her it's Santui.
I'd say Santui. I like that.
I do too.
They have a Chardonnay that I really like.
Huh?
Actually,
We
next,
bought a bunch of cheeses there. They had a truffle, I'm a big truffle person. They had a truffle cheddar,
Oh,
really good.
next time Nan comes to California, I'm taking her to Satui to try their Chardonnay. She'll
Ah.
like it.
you want to take me too?
Yes,
Yes,
we're taking everybody.
so
What about
next
me,
time
Sharon?
Nan comes to California, you
Yeah.
have to come back to California.
Where are we going, Harry?
Where are we going? I'm going with the
He was
ladies.
gonna say the bitches,
But the lady.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll be back in California on the 21st.
So how many are we gonna, 16 weeks, we're gonna get through tax season?
Yeah,
Then
think about
some.
it. I'm about like 2 weeks away from San.
We end in April 25th. with,
Yep,
with
We'll get
Napa
to tax
Valley.
season.
And then we'll do Sonoma after that.
Excellent.
And then we can
Okay.
go visit Bill and Dorothy and
Yeah.
all the
And
wineries in
Fairfield.
there.
Right?
And you'll cook, Bill?
Of course.
Hey, Bill, that's a good question. If we pay, will you cook?
Yeah.
What was that? What was
If
the,
we pay for everything, will you cook for us?
of
You
course,
cook, we'll drink. Perfect.
Okay.
we have spare bedrooms.
No, we don't have to stay at your house. We would stay in a
I guess
hotel.
you don't have high expectations.
Oh, here
for-
comes Jenny.
Sorry, we got off subject.
Okay.
Sorry,
Jenny,
baby.
you said Jenny's coming? Oh, good.
She's bringing her cookies.
Pop
Oh,
in
good.
there.
I can't wait to have some of Jenny's cookies.
Hi, Jenny.
We'll
Hey,
let Jenny sing that song because she'd probably be
Yes,
better.
that would be perfect.
Please.
I just want a little update. Can I update you a little bit? I text Mo. Mo's not going to be here tonight.
No.
She's driving back from Reno because David's had multiple doctor appointments.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Is he still at the doctor's? Is he still in the hospital or is he?
No, he's out of the hospital, but she has to take him to all these doctor appointments. It's not great.
So it's not,
He's out of the hospital, so that's a good thing.
yeah, well, I don't know. Nowadays, they just like, don't want you at the hospital. It's more
Pretty much.
dangerous at the hospital, right?
Yeah, it's called Treat and Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just want to let you know that she said they have tons of snow too.
Well, tell her that I'm thinking about her every day.
Okay, I will because she'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we gonna have Jenny sing? 'Cause I have a question.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jenny's saying.
Yeah,
Positive.
I butchered the song, Jenny. You gotta
We'll
go.
get through
That's
this
not
and then
true.
we'll come back to the
No, it
song.
is.
You did a great job, Eric.
Hey, Jenny, well, let's see if Jenny's familiar with, you know who the Carpenters were?
Sort of,
Oh, boy.
but I'm not like intimately familiar with their repertoire.
Oh, see,
You probably know
that's
it.
a generational thing. Karen
Jenny?
Carpenter, you hear that name, Karen Carpenter?
People anyway. See David anytime.
Well, I'm gonna move on to the next part of palette.
Oh, okay. Sorry, then we'll go back.
That's
Okay.
okay. So the only one that this would cover, it would be Karen's, because phenolic bitterness only happens with white wine.
Wine.
Okay. No, I don't have that.
Okay, you shouldn't with Sauvignon Blanc, that's true.
I do not have that.
You red wine drinkers, anyone getting tannins?
No,
I don't know. This is pretty damn good.
No? Should have a
and
little
it's
bit.
not a Chardonnay.
Wow,
Okay.
that's impressive, Nan.
Wow, look at all that sediment.
I know. There's a bunch of it on the cork.
How about your acid level? Karen's, you get high acid, right?
Difference
Yeah.
between tannin and acid. What's the difference between tannin and acid?
Tannins usually refers to how it dries out your mouth when you drink the wine.
Okay.
So the more it dries out your mouth, red wine, more it dries out your mouth, the higher the tannin levels. Acid would be what makes you salivate when you drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh,
So if it makes you salivate more, like Karen's should, because it's a high acid wine, then
Yeah.
then it's probably high acid.
So the tannin levels soften as that wine ages?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. How about alcohol?
Yes, I love it.
So for me, an indicator on alcohol is after I drink the wine, swallow the wine, if I get a slight burning sensation like right here where I don't have an Adam's apple, but if I had one, that's where I'd feel it. Older wines is
no. And I know what you're talking about because I've experienced that, but not in this wine.
body is describing how the wine feels when the wine is in your mouth.
Full
It's a
body.
light bodied wine. Karen's probably light body because it's a white wine. Usually most are white body. And then heavier reds are going to be at least moderate to moderate plus. It's full.
Pretty medium.
I think it's medium, yeah.
Yeah. I use which many do, the analogy, a light body wine is like non-fat milk. Medium body is kind of like whole milk, and cream would be like full body.
I'll go with medium.
That's a good
Yeah.
analogy.
And then texture is how
Cheese wise.
it feels in your mouth, other than how thick it feels. So is it creamier? Is it lean? Is it
I love it when I get a Chardonnay that's creamy on my face.
Excuse me.
And if the wine is balanced, that means that there's no one thing that's catching your full attention. So if there's high acid but nothing else that's coming close to that matching that, then that might be out of balance. If it's overly oaked, that would be not in balance. But if it's in balance, everything kind of comes together evenly. Would we say our wines are in balance?
I'd say this is balanced, very well balanced. actually.
Balance,
Balance.
balance.
Balanced.
Very good.
Cool.
A lot better than that sake shit.
Wow. Well, at this rate, it's going to be about 2 to 3 years before we get back to sake, man.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
just pass it.
So David, I have I'm not gonna say a stupid question, but it's a weird question. You know, what I notice when we drink wine, sometimes at the tip of the glass, there's residue from the mouth, sorry.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's not. Is there a way to taste to drink your wine without having that?
Without getting.
Are you wait,
No,
let me-
without having the residue.
Are you eating cheese?
Yes, and crackers.
There you go.
There you go.
That's what it
That's why you
is.
have residue.
Mhm.
But sometimes even when we don't eat anything, I have residue. So there's no way to make it not on your glass, not have it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a dumb question.
There's no such thing as a dumb question.
No, there
It's a
isn't.
weird question.
No.
Usually,
No.
so oftentimes we are eating when we're drinking, so that's coming from that. Sometimes, like right now, I'd say mine has a slight, what you're talking about, a gunk on the edge of the rim. And I think it's just whatever, your mouth is just gonna create some of that, no matter what.
My rim is pure. Thank you.
I know,
Mine-
that's
mine-
like- this is always
Yeah, sure.
like that. That's
one thing, when we clear tables at work and it comes back to where we're at the wash the dishes, women using like heavy lipstick. Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hey,
The
I'm looking at
dishwasher alone-
Scott's glass and mine. He's got more junk on his rim than I do on mine, and mine just is lipstick.
Well, that's disturbing.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is that.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh,
I had more cheese.
no.
Well, there you go.
Sometimes.
That could be why she didn't like the sake taste.
Okay.
All the junk on the rim.
I understand when you have lipstick or Vaseline, because I put Vaseline on my lips. I understand that one. And it's interesting that Nan and Scott are like Eric and I. It's different. And Bill and Dorothy, do one of you have more residue than the other?
I think they're pretty similar.
Yeah, I think they're pretty similar.
The residue sticks to the lipstick.
But I don't have any lipstick on, so.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But he's got
I don't
more,
either, Dorothy.
but you have more junk on yours than I do on mine.
Well,
All I
stick
have
with
is
the
lipstick. That's all I
Yeah,
have.
see, that's what I'm
lipstick. I
saying.
don't have
You
anything
have
else.
no residue and I always have all this.
Where have your lips been, Scott?
Come on, I was asking.
Don't want to know.
Thank you for letting me ask that question. Sorry. about that.
No, that was a good question. It
It's now.
created
Pretty
some
scary.
discussion.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How about length and finish? Do you feel like does the flavors linger in your mouth or do they drop off right away?
No, they linger.
They linger.
I'd put medium at best,
That's what I put too.
maybe medium minus. For me, it kind of dies off pretty quick, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of agree there.
And we feel that the wine is complex. Is it
Yes.
simple?
No,
do.
it's me.
Level
No.
of complexity?
This? This one?
Oh, yeah, the
Oh my
Rubicon,
God, are
yes,
you kidding me?
yes. the
You sucked yours
Rubicon,
down already.
I did.
Rubicon might.
Means it was good.
And there, isn't this amazing to me, because there are times that we drink wines and some of all the characteristics that we've talked about so far, some of them stand out more than others, and that's when we go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I love the finished link part. That's the one that I like the best.
I hear Susie. It's dark. I put the light on for you. Say hi to the tasting panel.
Yeah, look how dirty that is.
So
Embarrassing when you're in a restaurant.
let's get to the initial conclusion.
Conclusion?
So in a blind tasting, these would come through. Great. Okay. Where's mine? Here's my glass.
I believe I have a Cabernet. I'm pretty sure this is a Cabernet.
Probably a Cabernet. Old World, New World.
Definitely New World.
New
Not
World.
old.
The New World. So the funny part about this, the Old World is a small area. It's Europe
That's
and
Europe.
the Middle East can, it's where it's from, but we don't really drink a lot of wine from Israel or Lebanon. So when we talk about climate, part of the characteristics of the wine will come through depending on the climate of where it's grown. Warm climates will give you riper fruit. Cool climates will give you more austere fruit.
I didn't hear that. What kind of fruit?
Austere. So reserved. Hello.
What was that?
Did we lose somebody?
No, I think Francois' light went up, so I maybe got a notice on his computer.
Is he taking a nap?
I think he's
Yeah, he's right there. He's studying his stuff.
Okay, so and then we'd come up with possible countries. So based on if we were doing this blind, we'd come up with a variety of different grapes possibilities. Whether and you kind of have to key in whether you think it's Old World and New World. You key on the climate, but possible countries could be several is in this initial conclusion. So until you really nail what the grape is or where it's from, you may list two or three different countries as possibilities. Age range is that a range? You're not at this point not trying to nail a year. You're just saying, well, I think this wine is maybe 3 to 5 years old. Maybe it's 6 to 10 years old, something like that. And then we have the final conclusion.
Because we know how old each of these are, because most of us have the Cabernet and 2011, 2014, 2019.
Yeah.
Would we, if we were a sommelier, would we know what year it was?
So when you get to you're given the range, and then you get to this final conclusion, you're actually giving it what year you think it is.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
The grape, yes, the grape variety. So you're saying you might say Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe a blended Cabernet, but the dominant grape is Cabernet Sauvignon. You're saying what the origin of country of origin, and within that country, the region and the smaller appellation possible. Quality level is for non-European wines, you're just saying whether you think this is it's more about the kind of the price level, probably. As in the European wines, this is a Burgundy or a Bordeaux, or in Italy and Spain, there's quality designations for different levels of wine. And you'd actually call out if for example, if this was a wine from Bordeaux, is this a first growth? You know, third, second, third, fourth, fifth? Is it a regional wine, or is it from a part of Bordeaux that's not classified? So you'd say you'd give that kind of answer. Vintage, you're nailing the year, and if you are, you know, very good, you could actually call out the producer who made this wine.
Oh my God.
Well,
Right?
David, you do the wine tasting with your colleagues at least once a month or more often, because I know
Yeah.
you're getting the wines for that. How close do you guys get to answering all these questions and being correct?
Pretty damn close,
Wow.
and sometimes nailing it. I've actually nailed producer a few times.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, don't expect that often. That,
You're if you can do that, you're way underpaid
Mhm.
right now.
yeah. Kenton was amazing at doing this.
Wow. Yeah.
This is hard.
Yeah. And, Kenton always had, you know, an interesting perspective, and he never really promoted himself. But, you know, he always gave you information and told, you know, said what he liked and what he thought and stuff, but he never.
And another
Wow.
one, Anthony Mueller, he's been away from us for quite a while. He was
Yeah.
really, really good at this too. Of course, that's why he's an advanced som now. Works for Wine Advocate as a critique. Okay, so that's the grid. We'll use this when we get through the other. We won't go this slow. We'll just kind of go through it faster with the other regions. Let me see what else I want to pull up here.
Here's Francois. He's gonna know all that stuff when he's done with his sommelier.
He's doing very well. So next week, we will start the Napa Valley series, and we'll be doing Calistoga AVA.
Yes.
I don't like
So,
Oh, we're gonna have Jenny sing. Yay.
Here you go, Jenny.
You familiar with the song, sing a song?
Sing.
Sing a song.
There you go.
That's it.
Sing it loud to last the whole year long.
That one?
Yeah.
That's
That one.
Yeah, that one.
we changed
You
the
got
word.
it.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I can sustain that the whole way through though.
You can. I know you can.
Drink good wine, drink it now, drink it fine. Drink some good wine, not bad. Drink for happy, not sad. Drink good wine. Life's too no.
Yeah, we got
Yeah, you got it.
Drink that wine.
You got it.
Oh, I don't know. I've lost the tune. I'm sorry, guys.
That's
No,
okay.
you're doing great.
That's about what we
You
lost.
were- yeah.
Don't worry that it's too good a wine for anyone else to drink. Serve them something cheap and drink good wine. Drink good wine. Let the world drink a long drink. Ah,
you lost it. You lost the
love,
tune.
there
Yeah.
could be a drink for you, for me. I don't know the rest, guys. I'm lost.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's kind of
You're
hard,
Very,
yeah.
very well. Very, very well. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
No.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, Karen Carpenter had such a tremendous voice. And,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these people now that they're, you know, talking about Celine Dion, who has absolutely no emotion when she sings. She's got the tune, but she's got no
Yeah, she's got some health issues.
for it. Yeah.
She wasn't in the top 200 for whatever poll that was, it was like a
Lights Test.
newsletter or who was that? It was just on our news the other night, last night, night
It just
before.
didn't pull me. I don't know that many singers, but I don't know 200 singers, so.
Well, I know, you know, when I go
I
back,
can
my-
give you the top 200 in country.
you know, my mom saw Judy Garland a million times, and she loved
Oh my
Judy
God.
Garland when we were in New York and stuff. She was just fabulous, and even Liza Minnelli is good compared to some of these people. But
They
How
had
about
people. from
Barbara
the 50s and
Streisand?
60s.
Barbara
And they had-
Streisand is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know if she was
She's
on
one of
that
my
list or
faves.
not. They didn't mention her.
I can't imagine, and she was a phenomenal actress as well. My favorite song of hers is "The Minute Waltz." If you ever have a chance to hear
Yes.
that.
Mhm.
Well, number one was Aretha Franklin.
Well, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Aretha Franklin
Okay.
is great. Yeah, no.
So I don't know how many years they went back for this. Oh, I'm trying to think of the publication or whatever that's put out. And it was their list of the top 200s. And I thought, okay, yeah, but they were saying Celine Dion didn't make the list at all. And like you say, though, she's very good as far as singing, but as far as her presentation, you know, she's not that kind of singer.
Yeah, she's fun.
Um,
Yeah, you know, Eric, I don't really give a shit.
I know. You know, but you got Billie Holiday,
Yeah.
you know, great singers.
Is she on that?
You know, even was that a Rolling Stone list?
yes,
Yeah.
Rolling
Okay.
Stone. I couldn't think of what it was, but yeah, it was Rolling Stones. And so, but it was like their people in their office, I think, you know, it was the list that they came
No,
up
no,
with.
they do yeah. So the other contemporary voice I really like is Rachel Price, and she sings
know
with a
her.
band called Lake Street Dive.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I'll have
She's
to
a
look
jazz
that up.
singer, and I first heard of her when she did a cover of "I Want You Back," the Michael Jackson song. "I Want You Back." Oh,
Yeah.
unbelievable! It's very
I
slow.
they didn't even mention Michael. So I don't know if he was on the list and they just didn't mention it. But I thought, how could they not mention Michael Jackson?
Well, I don't know if his voice was.
Yeah.
Like sure he was known for his
He
voice.
was definitely the actor, you know. I mean,
No, he was
as far as
phenomenal.
his presentation, he was
Phenomenal.
good. Yeah, he was great. So I don't know. I need to look up that list, I guess. But it was just on our news in the last couple of days.
Were there any country people on there?
Yes, they did have a few country. Loretta Lynn was definitely on
Yeah.
there, and
Old
I can't-
country,
Dolly.
old
Dolly,
country
Dolly.
people, because now
Dolly Parton. Yeah.
because now people that want to be rock and roll singers go to country
Yes,
because they can't make it in rock and roll.
exactly. But it's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
I'll
okay,
take rock and roll and country together.
except for Taylor Swift, because she was so
Well,
good, went the opposite way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's coming back.
They all have to be
I love
different.
Jimmy Buffett.
I love
They
Jim.
did mention Lady Gaga.
Oh, I like her
I
too.
don't know.
I like her. She's an entertainer, though. She doesn't have a particularly great voice.
I don't know if she was on the list. They just didn't mention her.
Her and
Yeah.
Frank sang pretty good together.
Well, and they didn't mention Tony Bennett. So was he on the list? I don't know. You know, Tony Bennett was always a good one. Frank Sinatra was on it and he was in the top 10.
He was
Yeah, well,
good.
Okay, how about Elvis? Was he on there?
Tony Bennett should replace Frank Sinatra any day of the week, because as far as I'm concerned, Frank Sinatra is just not that good of a singer.
Karen just had a
I mean,
good question,
he
Elvis.
sings a lot. Well, Elvis has got to be on there.
Oh, he has to be.
I don't know. I don't remember them. It wasn't like they highlighted him. You know
I'd
what I
rather
mean?
listen to Jenny myself.
Yeah, Jenny.
I would too.
Yeah.
We'll put
You
Jenny
know,
on-
especially if we
Yeah,
have
we'll put
wine
you
that
on the
contains
list.
those cookies, for crying out
Yeah.
loud.
know.
I wish I could share those cookies with you guys.
So do
Actually,
we.
through Zoom.
So do we.
Now we have a get together. Jenny's in charge of dessert. It will
We'll
be
bring cookies.
I don't know, Jenny. I'm pretty good at those cookies too.
I'm
Hey,
sure
Jenny.
you are.
Ooh, a
Good job.
challenge.
I'll
We
just
could
Throw down
pay.
the gauntlet.
We could send like some canned goods for trade.
Yeah, there you go.
So speaking of that, do you guys go at all the canned goods every year and then start all over, or do you have some left over?
No, no. Sometimes we have some left over. Many times we have some left over, but some of those, it's almost like the wine. The longer they sit, the better they taste.
Yeah.
I just sent a bunch of stuff to Adam and Becca, and he wanted relish. And I did make relish last year. And so I sent it, he said, I eat it out of the jar. So I sent him 2 jars of it. I get the cucumbers from Matt's dad, Megan's husband. His dad plants a huge garden. And so, you know, whatever they give me, I take. I either freeze it or I can it. I don't want it to go to waste. I hate throwing stuff out.
Me too.
They gave me a bunch of butternut squash and we made soup out of it later. I froze it, you know, and I cut it up and froze it, and we made soup out of it. It was excellent.
So I'm looking at this list now, and it's,
Oh, you got their list up?
well, it's the top 20 singers. So
Oh,
Marvin Gaye, I'll get that. Frank Sinatra,
Okay.
okay. Celia Cruz, Elvis Presley, Prince, Bob Dylan. I don't think so.
No.
John
He's good,
Lennon,
but he's
I
not
love
that-
John
yeah.
Lennon, but I don't think so.
Yes.
well, you know, they were comparing to Lennon and McCartney, and McCartney has a much longer tenure. And so they were
Yeah, because
making
he's alive.
that. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
Lennon was never known for his singing ability. He was
Right.
known for his creativity.
Yeah.
And they worked together extremely well, Lennon and McCartney. But McCartney is a better singer, no
But
question.
McCartney was lower on the list than Lennon.
Yeah, which doesn't make sense. And then they have Freddie Mercury, okay,
Okay.
I get that. Patsy Cline, Little
Yep.
Richard, Al Green, Otis Redding, Beyonce,
Are these performers or singers?
Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, Mariah Carey. I was like, what the
Our
hell?
Christmas song gets everybody, sorry.
No. I love this. I love her stuff. I just like the top 20 singers. I'm just like, no, that's singers. I guess a singer is then different than voice.
I guess
'Cause
it's-
some people can sing and
I guess it's.
Well,
Present
Mariah
her.
Carey hits that high note.
Hey, Eric, you have to think of it as wine too, because everybody likes a different wine. Everybody likes a different singer.
but they should all like the same thing I like.
It's not your birthday yet. Is it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, it's your birthday. Okay, I'll
There's
believe you.
another 364 days until it's. Mine's coming up in how many days? Next week.
Oh, it's your birthday?
Well, no. This is her rebirth day when she
Oh.
almost died, and then they gave her a transplant.
7.
Unbelievable. It's 7 years.
Unbelievable.
Must be good nurses.
Yes,
What?
good doctors at
That
Kaiser.
was the doctors.
Good nurses too at Kaiser.
No.
No. The
Sorry,
Stanford nurses. were good.
sorry. Okay,
We very appreciative of Kaiser and Stanford.
okay, we've taken over, taken control. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
What?
Karen's telling me to shut up.
Why?
We've had a bottle of wine between.
He looks like he's sitting in Napa just vegging.
I'm trying, it's Nap Alley right there, see?
Mhm.
Oh. That's good.
He's on Nap Alley.
So
I'm
see,
in
that's
Nap
what
Alley.
you go one.
Napa Valley, see it?
Right there.
Uh,
I
Did
need
you just have the rest
to,
of your wine?
me?
Did Nan just go?
Yes, I did.
Oh. You
Good
ever
to
see that
Do that with
with sake?
sake.
Yeah.
Oh, so much better than sake. So much better than sake.
So
You haven't had good
we'll give
sake.
you a 3-year reprieve
Yep.
before sake. It's going to actually be longer than that.
Ooh, they just cheers.
It will never come back. How's that?
We have to copy you, Dorothy.
No, we can go red, white, red, white. We can just skip over sake completely.
Okay. There are thousands of regions of the world, so we'll get through them all.
Well, I do like
For wine, for
usually
wine.
the is it Barolo or is that in?
Oh, yeah.
Barolo,
I
Barolo.
like that, and I have some of that downstairs. I'm trying to think what else, but yeah, I mean, I like the red wine. I don't have a problem with red. I like white though too, and especially during
I
this.
like them both.
White.
Well, 16 weeks of Napa, then we're gonna do Sonoma County, Mendocino County, Lake County, Monterey, Livermore, Monterey,
Okay.
Paso Robles,
He
Santa
said,
Barbara.
The sommelier I was working with at wine.com to order our wines, they liked how detailed you had it. I got all but a couple, and he said that, or she said, that they were just low on stock because of the holiday. So those are the ones that they were low on are in April or March, I forget. So I'll try again on those. And
And like I said, don't have to worry about getting the exact producer. Just get something from that region.
I really tried to get the producers that you had, but there was some of them that they didn't have, or they
Oh.
didn't ship to Ohio. That's a lot of.
I told
they
you,
don't-
I guess you're gonna have to
I
come
didn't-
back
I
to
didn't get-
California.
I didn't get all those producers either. So in some cases, I didn't get the producer. I got something else.
Well, like I say, a lot of them, they just don't ship to Ohio, period.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's part of it.
Absolutely.
But but wine.com. you can get it,
I got all but two. There's three that I know they have at the grocery store, and I'll get those at the grocery store.
Okay.
So, but all but two that I did not get, and he said that, or she said that they didn't have, that they could ship to Ohio at that time. Like I say, I'll go back,
Yeah.
in
Well,
a month or two.
I
See what they have.
filled my list, so I've got all 16, I have all 16 wines. And guess how many of those are white wines out of the 16?
How many?
I don't have that many wine.
Yeah, one.
Oh, really?
Okay, I win the
You won the,
quiz for the night.
wow.
Well, can you name the producer?
I
Cabanero.
can't.
Yeah, the one we went to.
You have to look at the list.
That's not the
No.
one.
That's,
Oh,
last week we started with -5.
So Francois could probably name it. It was the winner in the Judgment of Paris.
Oh,
Okay, Chateau Montelena.
Chateau Montelena.
That would make sense.
Yeah, we've been there a million times. Chateau Montelena won the tasting in the 70s, which set up the whole thing in Napa.
Right. Yep.
Well, they had a Sterling at the grocery store, so I bought the Sterling because they had it
That's fine.
there.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up, guys. Sue's home
All right.
and
Okay.
I have to go feed
Well,
her.
we missed you next week, but we
Okay.
might accidentally.
Thank
make
you,
it.
David.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, thank you,
You,
guys.
David. Thanks for the lesson.
Was tonight,
Yes.
was that good for tonight?
Yes.
It was really
Good.
good. Thank you
It
so
was very,
much.
very, very good.
The wine was very good.
Before you sign off, what do you have for supper, Bill?
Oh.
It's a combination of a couple things. I made this weird thing with pappardelle pasta kind of stuff. And then
For our granddaughter
for
who's a
our granddaughter,
vegetarian.
It's vegetarian.
Okay.
She picked the recipe and we tried to make it, had her parents down and her sisters. And there's a whole lot of that left. So I just made a red sauce with some good stuff we're gonna pour on top of it. to use it.
Ah.
With a little
Okay.
bit, I saw that he put a little meat in there.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We were at Mum a couple weeks ago, whenever we were at Mum, and there were this group of people that were tasting, and this young woman was there. She goes, "Well, yeah, I was vegan for a while, but every time I went to a restaurant, I couldn't get anything vegan, so I just started eating meat again."
And liking it.
Salad,
Okay.
pasta. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can get that are vegan.
Yeah,
Right.
I
It's-
don't know that
it's
some
gonna be
pastas are not
vegan,
necessarily
and-
vegan.
You're ignoring cheese and
Yep.
dairy and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more complicated. So she's just
Can't have any
vegetarian,
honey.
but her
Yeah, which
parents,
is which
are
is,
try to do dairy free because they're lactose intolerant.
It's not gonna hurt them.
And here's our sediment from,
Oh,
Ah,
there's sediment in our glass tonight.
It's not sediment, it's just wine.
No, that's
no,
sediment.
it's
like-
Ah,
Okay.
oh, yeah,
Yep.
big
we
time.
love you guys.
Francois didn't say a word tonight. What's wrong?
know.
You tired?
I'm
Quiet.
Tired. He was in Vegas over the
I
weekend.
know that. Was
I'm
what happened
catching
in
up.
Vegas? Stays in Vegas?
yeah, that was good. Good food, good wine.
Oh, it looked great.
Oh my God,
Great.
that thing you posted on Facebook?
This
Oh, yes.
sushi bar?
No, all the
All the
courses.
food.
Courses.
Yesterday we went to Robuchon, and we got two fantastic wines. One, from we call it a part of the Carré d'As, which is a 4 Grand Cru class in France. The first one was a Chateau Haut-Brion 2003.
Oh.
And the second one was a Chateau Mouton Rothschild 2008.
Oh,
So, but that was a very special event for one of my best friends who's unfortunately going out to moving to Hungary. So
Oh, wow.
it's time to release the big cannons
Yeah, yeah.
ah.
and take the opportunity to we had the good restaurant, so it's time to open them.
so do we release the big cannons if Eric and I come to Vegas?
So we,
Well, are you moving to Hungary?
No.
if we need to,
Hey, but I moved to Florida,
I'm gonna be visiting Hungary in May. Does that count?
You're moving to where in May?
I'll be in
Visiting.
Hungary in May.
He's going on a trip.
Yeah,
Doing there in May,
I'll be there in May.
but they're moving in May, so maybe you
Oh.
gotta be on the
I'm
same
there.
line.
I'm there. I'm also in Prague.
That's Czech
That's
Republic.
not hungry.
I know, but I'm also in Budapest. That's Hungary.
yeah,
Yeah,
Jack
Budapest,
Ryan's having
yeah,
a problem in
it's
Czech
Budapest,
Republic right now.
Yeah.
He's down.
All right, folks. See you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much.
Drink wine.
Yeah, of course, and be happy.